One of the most organized and disciplined teams in the USL Championship, that's San Antonio FC.
Well, they've got some older players, some guys who have some veteran leadership, and they know how to play the game.
Yasser Kamiri, the Tunisian, is out for a second straight game with illness. David Loera remains out with a lower body injury. PC out after leaving the El Paso match. Diouf is out as well, and Jude Bossard is a young academy player who is unavailable tonight and would be the backup goalkeeper. Here's that chance early on.
Great whipped-in ball. Fingertip save just off the bar, but it's great to see the defenders come back and make sure they clear that ball off the line.
Would have been another goal for Santiago Patino. He has 4 goals in his last 3 games, including the winner at El Paso. Missed the first 5 games with injury. And when he starts, San Antonio is 5-0 this season.
You know, Cashman Field is very narrow. It's not as wide as some of the fields they play on. So I would imagine Coach Marcina is saying, hey, get the ball in the box. Can we get chances, create some chaos inside the 18, and get that goal early?
Keys to the match presented by Finlay Chevy.
So be aware of direct play from the Las Vegas Lights. Don't concede first, like you said earlier, Matt. When San Antonio scores first, their record is pretty good.
Yeah, outstanding. 13-0 when scoring the first goal.
And then for San Antonio, can you manage the game against a team who is on a good run of form, low on the bench, right? If you don't manage the game, you're gonna concede, and then obviously, can you get beat on the counter? You got to be careful with this Lights team who like to go quick.
Too heavy on that pass. It's Torres trying to find Traore on the overlap. Every coach we speak with about Las Vegas Lights, it's the transitional moments for Cal Jennings and Danny Trejo and company. They're so good in transition. Vegas will force the turnover, and then they're wonderful on the break.
Well, you got Cal coming back and forth from LAFC, and there's a reason why, because he can score goals and he's extremely dangerous, has good pace, has good vision, and then you have Trejo up top who complements him so well.
There's Bjorn Schultz, scored the game winner against Rio Grande Valley 2 weeks ago. Shot from distance from the Norwegian. Here comes Quezada, pushing forward from his outside back position. Now he's going to try to chip the goalkeeper, and it's palmed over the bar by Jordan Farr. Enrique Duran, pleased with the audacity of Alvaro Quezada.
Coach loves it. I love to see coaches, they get excited about their players. But the awareness just to see the goalkeeper off his line and try and chip him, love it.
Oh, it's been a turnaround this year for Quezada, who's had to play multiple positions. Watch this.
Oh, little look over to Cal. Keeper thinks he's going to cross it in, and now he tries to chip him.
Farr was ready for that one. Quezada's been excellent. Maybe a bit tentative early this season. Coach Durand and the staff asked him to be more assertive in the final third. He's had to play all over the fields. Here's a Jarritos corner kick for Las Vegas. Delivery from Crisostomo to the near post. And a wide by Quezada.
Well, we talked about it before, Matt. Cashman Field is very narrow. Can you get your big guys up top? Can you get set pieces? Can you get chances from those?
Now Leon tracking back. You see Traore organizing. San Antonio will build with Connor Maloney. Started all 20 games this season. It's a nice bending ball into the path of Patino. And Patino waits for support as he works against Bjorshul.
We talked about it earlier. It looks like Las Vegas Lights are going to a 4-5-1, trying to play a mid-block. Good little spell of possession by San Antonio.
Frustrating cross that time. Container, who also has started all 20 games, and there is Alan Marcina. This team has been so good since he's taken over to start the 2020 season on the road. One of the best teams in the USL Championship. Away from home, and this season 9-2 on the road, including 5 shutouts and 4 1-0 wins.
Now, Coach Marcino is a great player, playing for quite a few clubs and teams, and he sees the game well. He organizes his team. He knows what he wants. He's got the players to get the job done, and there's a reason why they're top of the league.
Rowan flicked on. Helped forward by Dillon. Out to midfield on a stormy night in Las Vegas. Torres will turn. Wide for Traore. Trejo with Traore. And Vegas will be very patient to build across the back.
Got to be patient. Got to be patient with a team who has low numbers on the bench. Keeping the ball, making these older players run a little bit more, work a little bit harder.
There's Jennings, central. And Trejo pulls it wide as we saw the match odds presented by Westgate Superbook. San Antonio the favorite, but Vegas, so many wins this season, win the underdog entering the match.
Well, winners of 5 out of the last 6. I don't know how those odds are in favor of San Antonio.
This is one of the best teams in the league, best on points, so many numbers in their favor. Plus 20 goal difference for San Antonio FC. You have to give Marcin a lot of credit. A lot of roster turnover. There's Enrique Duran. Marcin has done a great job finding other players from around the league, inserting them in the lineup, and then thriving this season in San Antonio. There is some continuity, but a lot of players in their first season doing quite well for San Antonio.
Well, like we talked about, they've got an identity. They know what they're about. And so it's easy to move players in and out of the roster and in and out of the lineups and still get the same result.
15-minute weather delay. Thunderstorms in the Las Vegas area delayed this one by a quarter hour. Now San Antonio pushing forward, and a hard challenge there. A yellow card will be shown.
Maybe too early of a yellow card from the referee. I thought it was a good challenge. Maybe we see it here. The referee saw something different.
Jervis Anagana, the referee tonight.
Abdul Salam, an older player, played at Sporting Kansas City. Trying to reassert himself, maybe trying to get back into the MLS. You see it here, loses the challenge, leaves his foot up just a little bit too high. Referee didn't like it.
Saad Abdul Salam, first year with San Antonio. One of those players we mentioned. Well-traveled last year with Columbus Crew, you mentioned it. Sporting Kansas City, New York City FC, Seattle, FC Cincinnati before that. But player that Marcin knows, brings him in, he's a starter. And San Antonio FC atop the table.
Well, he's been around, so he's going to bring that type of leadership to this organization and to this team. And I think Coach Marcina knows what he's going to get out of him.
An outside back on a yellow card inside the first quarter hour for San Antonio FC. Good defending as Lara heads away. Self pass, that's well done. San Antonio looking for the opening goal. Well defended. He had 5 or 6 black shirts inside the 6-yard box there.
Really good defensive play by Las Vegas, getting numbers right into that goal area. It's extremely dangerous, but you see it. They're getting the ball wide. They're trying to get the ball in the box from crosses, just floating those balls in and trying to create a little bit of chaos for the Lights.
Player down for San Antonio FC. It's Nicky Hernandez. He makes the start tonight, his 7th start. He's in for the injured PC. On loan from FC Dallas.
Now you see it here, ball comes in. Does well to head the ball out. Just reaches in. Just get caught in the face there.
Yeah, his face hit the hip. Christian Torres, who's trying to latch onto the loose ball.
Is it a set piece for San Antonio?
I think it's going to be a restart, like a
drop ball.
Give it back to Las Vegas. But Hernandez gets the start tonight. His last was June 28th against Tulsa. Good numbers last couple seasons with North Texas, USL League One, 6 goals, 5 assists. Tonight's his 12th appearance, his 7th start. It's very windy at Cashman tonight. You can confetti flying around.
Is that confetti or money?
A gust of 35 miles per hour a few months ago with Pittsburgh in town.
That changes the game too. You see that free kick from Romero doesn't even cross the halfway line.
A pop-up storm in Las Vegas tonight has wreaked havoc on this first half.
Now when you play with the wind, you play completely different when you play against. And I think that's, San Antonio knows that. Can they get opportunities, like you said, when they score first? They've got an extremely good record and they're solid and tough to score against. So hopefully it stays the same way second half and the Lights can use the wind to their advantage.
Did you know all AARP members receive a bi-monthly magazine that addresses the needs of the 50-plus population, such as health, finance, and travel? AARP Nevada. Jordan Farr off his line. 27-year-old grew up in Salem, Oregon, the capital. Went to Corbin University there. Good story. He joined on loan when Matt Cardoni, the fan favorite, suffered injury. Was the goalkeeper in the playoffs. Comes back for his first full season. He spent the last 4 years with Indy 11. Amazing numbers for Farr this year. 8 shutouts in 16 appearances, only 12 goals conceded.
Oh, he's playing with a ton of confidence. Ball staying super central for the Lights. They need to open up, try and get the ball a little bit wider and expand this back line from San Antonio.
Direct here from San Antonio FC.
He's done well there.
Kept in play and Lara clears. San Antonio applies the pressure. Self-pass to the end line from Hernandez, and it's Quezada with the last touch. Good work from Jennings tracking back. Good to see Nicky Hernandez back on his feet after receiving treatment. Enrique Duran looking on. First year as the head coach, was the assistant for Steve Cherundolo. Steve Cherundolo leading LAFC atop the MLS table. Some big name signings. Gareth Barrow, Chiellini as well, and we asked about stories from those two, and he said the professionalism has stood out. The first two to arrive on most days.
Incredible.
At LAFC training.
That changes the culture of a club very quickly. Maybe we'll see them with the Lights, huh? Maybe?
Steve Cherundolo and company will hope that they'll be firmly entrenched with LAFC. No injury needs to get a game in Las Vegas.
Cal's looking to run in behind there, but the back line's dropping. I think he's got to pull him away and then drop underneath, and I think that's the ball that they were looking for. And just a little miscommunication between the two.
Connor Maloney wears the armband tonight with PC out due to injury. Here's Maloney.
Leaves his leg out. Hits the captain.
Maloney's third year with San Antonio, before that Pittsburgh and Columbus Crew. Been ever present, his 20th start tonight. He and Mitchell Tainer have started every game this season.
Here's another cross. Really trying to throw the ball in there as much as they can. Testing out this defensive unit from Las Vegas. Take your time, catch your breath, see what they're going to give you. Playing against the wind, so it's always going to play a little bit different.
Direct here from Las Vegas.
Seems like Cal's more in like a free roll where he's just dropping back into midfield and kind of floating from side to side. Doesn't necessarily look like it's a 4-5-1. I guess when Trejo stays high, Cal comes underneath into midfield.
Take it towards the corner. It's going to be a restart here for San Antonio FC. Alan Marcina talking things over with his assistant coaches.
Matt, it's not an easy place to play at Cashman, right? They can make this place their fortress. It's tight, it's narrow, get numbers around the ball, be aware of set pieces and crosses, and you'll always be able to get a result.
It's good build-up play from San Antonio FC. They get it in the box. Traore gets there first. And if Sam Adinared.
Got to be stronger there in that challenge.
Shot well blocked by Frank DeRoma. And this Las Vegas team has done it away from home. 5 wins away from Cashman Field, 4 wins at home. And really some highs and lows, winless in 7, a real goal-scoring drought without the likes of Trejo and Jennings consistently. Trejo had a small injury. Jennings was primarily with LAFC during that span. But since that 7-game winless run, Vegas have taken 15 of 18 possible points. And now it's starting to get goals from different areas. Of course, Trejo, Jennings the leading lights, but when Bjurschel got his first of the year, Leon, the headed goal against Oakland last week.
You got to have multiple streams of income, if you will, right? Guys who can score goals, defenders who are getting up on set pieces, scoring goals. You can't just rely on that pair of Trejo and Jennings.
There's Traore, the left back. Improved Las Vegas defending team, a team that last year would fade oftentimes in the second half, but has been much better consistently. And asked Enrique Duran this week what it meant to get back-to-back clean sheets away from home. And he said it's a group mentality, a team mentality, and a belief in one another to get those results.
Yeah, if you can be consistent in that, you can build off of it, right? Each game a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. And now they're getting clean sheets. Now you can believe that you can get more clean sheets. Now you're playing in a game where it's going to matter at the end. This is good movement right here.
Traore joins.
Has good pace for an outside back.
That's Carter Manley defending him. Manley, another of those players, first year with San Antonio. Actually was on loan to Las Vegas back in 2018, so it's a long-awaited homecoming after stints in between with RGV, Minnesota United, and Forward Madison. Quezada. 1 goal allowed in the last 450 minutes before play tonight.
Those are some good numbers from San Antonio.
What do you see? Coach Duran says it's the organization, their discipline. They never find themselves at a numerical disadvantage in the defensive third.
Well, it's effort, right? It's a team mentality, like you said earlier. Can they get numbers around the ball? Can they protect the goal? If you get clean sheets, you're going to get results, and you're going to get that chance, Trejo, Jennings, or maybe from one of your center backs getting a header to win the game for you.
It's a good ball from Leon into the win. Find his Mexico U20 teammate, Christian Torres, who settles at the circle. Now it's Traore wide for Trejo. And DeRoma peeks over the shoulder. Too far in front of Leon. Traore, I should say. A deep throw in here for San Antonio FC. Sanabul Salam, the 30-year-old who's from Ohio, played at Akron.
Bounced around quite a bit, but he's a good player, can get up and down the line from a wide area, puts in a good ball. San Antonio likes to move the ball from right to left, really using Maloney. He's a great player, can whip the ball in. You've seen how many crosses this first 24 minutes of the game. You've got that wind, it's just beating on Romero in this back line for Las Vegas.
Very windy at Cashman Field after a 15-minute weather delay. A restart coming here for San Antonio FC from midfield. Fan went over the railing. Quickly apprehended.
Maybe the win?
Maybe.
Maybe got too excited. excited.
From midfield, the restart comes from San Antonio FC. Well defended, Chrysostomo's clearance leads to a goal kick.
And not a lot of composure when the balls are coming in. They're really just trying to clear the ball out. Not looking to really build.
Maloney wins it back. Abu through midfield. Big clearance from Traore. AARP members receive a bulletin published 10 times a year reporting on national and state legislation, as well as programs affecting the 50-plus age community. AARP Nevada. Busy night across the USL Championship. Few eyes on Sacramento. The first half against one of your former clubs, Josh, Sporting Kansas City, and the other semifinal, Orlando, a 5-1 win over New York Red Bulls earlier this evening. So Orlando's into the U.S. Open Cup final.
That's exciting. Always getting into a cup final. It's to bring a trophy home, right? It means the world to these players, and they got a great opportunity. But I love to see Sacramento breaking those lines and trying to get into it in a big game for them tonight against Sporting.
Bruno Lapa, first hat trick. Birmingham Legion history, a 6-1 win over Loudoun United. Busy nights across the USL Championship. Hartford Athletic and RGV scoreless at HEB Park tonight. The best chance of this match came to Santiago Patino off a good delivery from the left. Header towards the upper corner, well saved. Tomas Romero, who makes his 9th start for Las Vegas in goal tonight.
Well, every cross that comes in, Romero's got to be aware, got to be ready. Lara and Leon have to be aware, have to know where their man is.
One other match with big implications in the Western Conference, Oakland hosting Phoenix tonight. That match scoreless in the 54th minute. Phoenix trying to save its season after a slow start. 2 of those defeats to Las Vegas this year. And Oakland suffered a 2-0 home loss to Las Vegas last weekend.
It's a good ball by Maloney.
There's the cross from Dillon, it's headed away. I guess have defended its box very well tonight.
Just need one chance, though. Just need one chance. That's why they're trying to put as many crosses in.
Jennings nearly caught in possession. Back for Leon, under some pressure. Wisely concedes a throw, and there's the pressure from San Antonio FC.
Yeah, San Antonio just creeping those lines up a little bit higher as the game goes on, trying to push for that first goal.
Long throw in from San Antonio FC, headed out by Traore. San Antonio has a cross blocked from the right. To Salam, regathers possession.